Hello everyone, I am Omwal Thade and today we are going to start uh, learning JWT. JW stands for JSON Web Token, and by watching this video you does not need to watch any other content related JWT. You can just focus on this video fully, and after that you can start building your own JWT by your favorite stack whichever you like, because I'm going to tell you each and every step and what actually happened in this process, and a deeper perspective of the JWT. So before starting JWT, what is JW? Is JWT is the our focus. So JWT stands for JSON Web Token. Uh, okay. So what is JSON Web Token? So our browser contains some type of token like access token, refresh token, which is used to communicate with the server and tell the server we are the logged in person. So you are getting some things like over of your mind. So let's start from the basic. So as a beginner, you have your browser window. Once a minute, user, and you have browser. Okay, and there is a server. So what happens in when a user creates authentication? For this, just forget about JWT. How a beginner create a authentication system. So you just add one register page. You have two pages on where you can say, yeah, you have register, and second one he has login page. Okay, the first user go to the register page and his register. Server say user register. Okay, there are a couple of things. Uh, I can, there are many things happen when you register a user. It stores the data into database and many others. We are not focusing on that. We are focusing on what happening in the process. So user register and you are going to the login page, and after that user simply start logging. User start user say login. Okay, simple, because we have the store email and password. We know if a user providing same email and password, he is the valid user, and we say you are logging. For the output, our browser showcase once again, logged in. Okay, easy enough. First time register, then login, send email and password, and server say yeah you are logged in. But then why we need a JWT? That's a valid question. For that you need to check one scenario. This is just the one way. When you first time visit your browser, visit your website, you register, you log in. Second time you visit, you log in. Third time you visit to your system, you are going to you are not going to register every time, but every time this logging going to happen. Okay, when you are going for the first time, you say login, then you close your window, then again you start browser. The second time you need to log in, and again third time you need to log in. There is no other way you are creating that your server is going to understand that this browser is already logged into a system. Every time it needs some credential to log in a user. So it becomes very tedious process to a user. If I'm using a particular website and that website asks me login every particular time when I am checking in the system, it's so much love that a very poor user what we can say that very poor experience. User experience is very poor on that. So a high level idea. So for this type of a problem, what solution comes in your mind? Does not don't think about the any high level concept or that. Just the simple idea. What you think? So some of you things like we need something in this browser that every time we are going to log into our server, they are going to tell the server, hey, I am a valid user. I am already logged in. So keep my section active. So for example, we just have a can give it the green ID card. Okay, we stored one ID card here. So we go to our college, we go to our universities. They all provide us one ID card. So whenever we want to check into our college, they check your ID card. Yes, fair enough. So whenever your browser want to get some data or to start session, it's automatically going to send this ID card to server. Server going to check, yeah, this ID card is valid. This person should be logged in. Hey, ID cards come back to you. They are checking the process and okay, you are the logged in without user headache. User does not need to log in every time. Your browser doing this automatically. But every automatic system needs to be done by developer in the backend. User feels it's automatic, but there is nothing like automatic. All the developers spending times there writing codes and different types of things in the backend, and so user feels it automatic. So we are going to know how these automatic things are going to be happen. Okay, you have the basic idea. So users does not need to log in every time. That's why we are going to use JWT, JSON Web Token. So for this type of problem, here is the solution. Use JWT for this type of issue and you don't need to log in every time. So okay. Now I created a basic diagram. So our time just now for your not time pass. I just build a basic stuff here. So what is this one? Okay. So you notice that this is our user browser. I am telling out that this one thing user and his browser. So this user's browser, this is showing notice. That's why I created one user. This square represent our server, and this is you familiar with the DB, our database. And what is these two lines? So in this two line, I am going to tell you each step what is going to happen between your user and server. And you can see that we start from no escalator. Yes, one minute. Take it this way. Okay, any white color. Okay. Hmm. So this represents time. So whenever user starts from this, user send request to the server. So it's going to take some time, some millisecond. So it is showing the time. It's starting from here and it taking time. Whenever request is going to there, it taking time. This line represented time. Here it starts, it takes time, and here is then they get the data to the server. Then it starts here, it takes some time. This means this line represents the time. So not focusing more on that. So just listen. So how these our main process is happening. First time we register, okay. A simple, fair enough. Register things. Okay. Here is the register. So in register, what we are doing actually. Yeah. In register we are doing this one thing. We are storing email and password to the DB. Okay. So we have two things to store now. First, okay, just take the arrow. What we need to store? Email And the second thing, your password. But there is one twist here. What if you store email and password directly to your database in a string format, and one day your company get hacked by any hacker and he just steal your data, your database data. So he can gain access to your all users account, because what you need to log in into a system, email and password, and the hackers have already it. So prevent this type of situation. We are very we use one thing. We not store the password directly. We store password hash. Hash. So what is password hash? And I'm going to. It is not like a encryption or decryption. So can we can say that? Just come here. 1 minute. Okay. If my password is 123, I'm not talking about the encryption. I am talking about the hashing. If my password is 123 and I hash it, it is going to look like this. Any okay, you can see that. And the interesting part, when you hash something, when you hash something, it is just one-way road. Okay, as we know, it is just a one-way. Means if I provide someone this hash, if I provide you someone hash without the key, there is this, we can say that a salt or without that, no one can. So yeah, hash cannot come reverse in a way. Matlab, if I provide you this, and you cannot say that, yeah, this hash equals to, I can go into encryption, okay, decrypt this. No, hash is just the one way. Means if my password is this, I hash is become like this. This strings is created, and these strings cannot convert back. So this string cannot convert back. This cannot be happen. Sorry for that. This cannot be happen. That's it called as hash. Hash is the one way, and we store the hash. So once a minute. This okay. So we are storing not the password. We are storing the email in a normal string, but the password stored in a hash format. Okay. So it is understand. User came registered. For register, we create email and hash password. Just change the color. Okay. For the first step. Simple enough, and the password hash is stored, not the actual password. Then the second step. After register, we just send them the message back that hey, mm, or this message that register successfully. Okay, register successful message come to user, and user go to the login screen, and so you know it is success message register. That's answer RS, register successful. When the users come from the login, so tell me, for the first time login, what user going to say? It is login. For logging, user going to provide us email and password. Now, this time, this password is original. For example, if I am a user, what I am going to send? I am going to send my email o@o.com. Yeah, this email, and for the second I said home123. This is my email and this is my password. What I'm sending, my password is home123. But my DB has stored, the first time at the time of registration, I stored the hash in my DB. So my hash looks something like this. So in DB, for DB, in my DB, email is in the same string. Email is equals to my same string, but my password is hash. When our server starts checking, it use compare function in bcrypt. So there is a library called bcrypt, so we can hash our strings by there. So there is simple compare function where we compare our original password, this username and user password. You can say user password. So user password I'm taking the green, user password, what's minute, equal to user password equal to what? I can say DB color I'm using DB hash password. So oh no, this DB hash password. So what happens? We already have the hash password stored and you provide us the normal string. We take the user password and we hash the same way when we do it in the storing in the DB. That process happens with the when you provide this login password. So we have this. So green. Okay. So we hash this password and we have already the one of the hash stored in our database. So what happens if this string is same as we provide earlier? The hash is going to be similar. The end hash is going to be similar. Okay, but I change one of this character, or I can say I provide this. My hash changes completely. So sometimes it also became like this. So our database is just simply checking this hash and this hash is equal or not. If user provide this string, which hash going to be end up going to similar. So this is user hash, this is DB store hash. We are just comparing both of them. If both of them are equal, yeah, this password is correct. Okay, you understand? Then just simply provide this thing happens. Now just simply provide a successful message that you green dotted lines. What this message means? Login success. Yeah, we get that. we successfully log in into our system. Okay, so this is our basic authentication system. And now comes the real part. From this, every time I access this server, I am going to automatically log in. So how that automatically is going to be happen? Yeah. So just at the time of this login, we are going some interesting stuff. What kind of interesting stuff? We provide JWT. JWT. JWT stand for JSON Web Token. We provide, just give the white color. We provide JWT to the browser. So you can say, how can you going to create JWT and what is JWT? For currently, just understand, just focus that when you successfully log in, our system is going to send you JWT card, ID card, token, whatever things. It sends some things to you, to your browser, not directly to your browser. And this JWT, how it creates? So let's check at the time of this. We have something like here key. It is the secret. Hmm? This key is our secret. Nobody, only you who is who created that server. That person is only known that what is the key, and everyone outside the world doesn't know what is actual key. So you just create one ID card, you can say, and in a technical term, you say token. So you create two tokens. One is access token, and second one is refresh token. You create these two things and just wrap up with the keys. मतलब you, for the here use, I can say that here encryption is happening, not hashing, because I cannot tell that. Okay, I need to just check out one time. 1 second. Hello. So just, so what I'm saying that it is not actually only hash or encryption. It is the key means its signature. So we know in the school and college, in any document, our principal do a signature on the our any documents, that principal to validate that principal just do the signature. Sorry for the interruption. So okay, so keys is neither, I can say saying that key is neither hash or encrypted. Key is the signature. We use key to perform a signature. Just I'm telling you the example where our every college document is signature by principal, so we know it is a valid document. So what happens? And you have the question, if why we need two of these things? Why we not need? Why we just need one? We can just perform task using access token. Why we need two of this? Yeah. So just go small outside. So your this is your window. Your your access token has sorry. Your access token is a very short lived. Means what? Your access token is going to for only for some very critical task, is for the 1 minute. It can be 1 minute or You can say it for the 5 minute or it's go for the 15 minutes. As your task profile take times and completely depends on you, but it is short lived. You can also provide it 1 day, 2 days. There is no any problem. But in a product in a proper terms, it is short lived. It's for very short duration of time we use this token. And second one is refresh token. Refresh token lives for a very long time. You can even give us very long time. The one for example, the common one is 7 days or 10 days. Okay. So your access token is only valid for 15 minutes and refresh token is valid for 7 days. So you are thinking like this. So first 15 minutes. So for example, so in current example, your first 15 minutes you use access token, and after 15 minutes completed, you will thinking like we are going to use refresh token. No, you are always going to use access token only. Refresh token is used to create new access token. If your first access token get your first access token 15 minutes is completed, then this token is invalid. Then our system sends new refresh token. Refresh token is made for this access to access to refresh it to make it new. So when this access token get expired, we just send this refresh token. Then our system get new access token for every 15 minutes. And you are thinking like this, why we are complicating this whole system? Yeah, there is some student get those type of question, and it is really nice. You are thinking about that. So there is a simple reason. I am going very off track now, but I think you need to understand because if you not understand why we need this thing in this flow, you are always thinking, my task is happening here smoothly. Why I need to fitting all these things? Hmm? Until unless you understand the real cause, the real problem it's going to solve. So we know that every time. So for simple, I'm going to take this. If a user is there, sorry, circle. There is one user and one server, and this user, for example, take this. This user is communicating with the server. So okay, this user is communicating with this server, and we know how can we communicate with the server by using internet. So this whole layer is what? It's an internet layer. Okay, and this layer, this network layer, can be easily penetrated by any someone hacker, or say we can say the hacker. Any network engineer can also do this. So not always the hacker. And when we use this type of stuff, for example, I just copy this. Okay, so you have this access token. Now comes the real way. This user using access token to communicate with us. See, you're using this. You are sending access token to them. Okay, well, you have that. You just send the copy of to the server. You send the copy for the understanding purpose. Showcasing that you send this every time. What happens if you send multiple requests and each request is containing this? Multiple times your access token is traveling through the network. And if someone gets your network traffic data and just performs some any algorithm or any stuff, he can easily get the access token from your this data. The data going traveling in this network is getting to access to this access token. And once he get the access token, so just think like that. If the hacker has this access token and he sends the request to the server using this access token, just like your college, your security guard not doesn't know you are really studying in that college or not. He's just going to check your ID card. The server doesn't know directly this user is real or fake. He's just checking this access token. And if the hacker has this access token, he will say, yeah, you are the valid user. Do whatever you want in the account. So by this way, your account is hacked. Okay. So how to secure from this type of stuff? Use refresh token and access token validate for 15 minutes only. Means if a hacker, so here example, if the hackers want these access tokens, it needs to get under 15 minutes. By the time of its generation, hackers only have the 15 minutes to get this small string from the whole data. Find out this one small token from the very big chunk of the data. And under 15 minutes, it's become quite a impossible type stuff. Impossible type stuff that no one can directly just pick up a small token from this raw data. And even though it's going to take too much time for the hacker to take particular token from the raw data, it's not impossible to take, but it's impossible to take in 15 minutes. And at the time when the hackers get this access token, that access token is not valid. So this token is not valid. New token is generated. So that's why we need 15-minute only access token. And you can say when we set the refresh token to the data, to the server, why hacker not going to take? There are very few chances hacker is going to take because this refresh token is not sent every time. Access token is sending every time. That's why hacker is there are chances hacker can get this access token through network. But the refresh token is only sent after a 15 minute of chunk. You understand? After 15 minutes, there is just means in this whole raw data there can be multiple access token, but there is just one refresh token, and it is quite impossible to find out this refresh token. That's why it is safe. Okay, we should really offer here, but I think that was really important because when I'm learning this stuff, nobody tells these particular things in a deep way, and I really not understand properly that time. But I learn from myself, and then I used to know why I need to be those two things. Okay, so a small refresh. First, we register using email and password. We not store our password directly to our database. We store password hash to our database. Okay. Then second time we log in. User is providing the simple string, email and password. Then in the server only, the user password get hashed. We bring there is not arrow. We bring this hash password because we already told the hash password. We just bring it. We just compare the user password we just hashed is equals to the password already stored in our database, the hash password. After that, we generate two tokens, access token and refresh token. It's called a JWT, and we said to user login successful. But in his browser, we are storing the access token and refresh token. So access token is stored in the local storage, and the refresh token Also, recording is happening on. Okay. So access token is stored in the local storage, and the refresh token is stored in the HTTP cookies. So here also security is present there. So no anyone not easily can access HTTP cookies. Your local storage can be accessed by hacker and other malicious stuff. But yeah, it is only valid for 15 minutes. So our users are protected. Okay, we get the JWT. Then what actually is stored in the JWT? We are sending access token on what actually store. So it stores actually stores three things. Our JWT stores header, payload, signature. Just give it. So as JWT store this three thing. Header means which type of what we can say that which signature it is using, which technology it is using, the algorithm, that all the things, the size and all other stuff. It's just like a packet or what we can say. When data travels to a network, it's going to in the packet. So that's why. Just the header and the payload actual data. And this data is not hash in really. So if you provide someone this data, hmm, he can really decrypt it. Okay? He can read this particular data. So this header, payload, and the signature. So signature is the thing which accessed by this key. I said that you are key. This key creates a signature on this whole thing. So, and there is one interesting stuff. You cannot change this payload. You can read it. Huh? You can read this payload, but you cannot change because to change this payload, you need key, and you doesn't have the key, so you can't change. You can read it, but by the way, and the signature is the way that it protects all of these things because if you change something here, yeah, I say I can read, so I can change also. Yeah, if you change something in the payload, the signature gets changed. Okay, and at the time when we check, that signature tells what actually in the payload is correct or wrong. It means it says that this particular thing is changed or not. Okay, so I hope you understand. But the simple things is the token contains header, payload, and signature. Headers the stuff that tells about this packet. It means this token. The payload, the actual data you are going to store, and the signature is created by the key, the secret key you have, and this signature tells that this payload has not changed. If you change something, the signature is also changed. The signature tells that because with the I can just there's a simple thing there. You cannot change it. You can read it, but you can't change because you change the whole things become different, and your server can really check that. So, so for the first time, so how after login, okay, users go for the 1 minute. Users just shut down his PC and starts again. Come to our website. So new login is going to happen. At that time, when we can say that, sorry, what happens? Hmm. When the new time user try to log in, first time your browser check it have access token or the refresh token. So we are for the first time we are saying, yeah, his access token is valid. So just he sends his. access token. Yeah, both of these, access token and refresh token, and for currently both of them are valid. So you just simply send access token here. You can say that access token. Okay. So the first time is sending access token. So what that access token actually means? And I'm going to tell you, I just forget that when this things is happening and at the time you send the JWT to the user, that access and refresh token, one thing you do on the top of that, you store refresh token. Okay, you store refresh token. And you will think, not why not access token? Because access token is shortly for 15 minutes, and every 15 minutes we need to update it, and it become very hectic task for the DB and it's costly. And we know refresh token is same for the 7 days. And there is one also interesting thing. You don't store refresh token directly. You store the hash of the refresh token here. So every time you bring the refresh token, just like password, every time the user send refresh token, you create it hash, brings your refresh token hash, compare it for the checking. So for now, currently we are just storing refresh token for the understanding purpose. But in really, when you check the real production things, it stores the hash, not the directly refresh token. Because if your data is leaked, even though your password is hash, if the refresh token is directly a single string and it is valid for some of few days, anyone can access your system. That's why it's stored in hash. Okay, so let's come to this in JWT access token refresh token. Users came after just user closed the tab, open after 2-3 minutes, and he has this access token. Okay, and user does not doing anything here. I'm telling you, user just open the website and your browser automatically send access token to their server. So what is actually in the access token? So your access token, I have said that it has header, payload, and signature. But we just need the payload, and in this payload here have user ID. You can store anything here. But there is user ID and user email. Every time you don't store email in that, there is just single thing like user ID, but for the understanding. So your access token looks like this. Okay, your access token look like this. It has user ID and email ID. When your access token comes here, now the real game starts. You say, I provide the access token. Hmm. You just give it access token. Okay, but how can we going to check this access token is valid or not? Simple. I have already allowed that. This signature thing. We can use our key to check this access token is valid or not. Okay. If any unauthorized user send access token to us and he just changed something like I am provide this access. So for example, this access token is mine and my friend came here. Also, uh, I said already I can read this payload now. So what I can do, I I just log into a system. They provide me access token. I just take access token, do some changes. I said no, my user ID is two. Means I can log into other people's system. No, because your signature at the end of this token there is signature, and when you do this type of stuff, this signature is changed. And Okay, and with the key you can easily identify this token is valid or not, because without particular key you cannot generate a signature. So because of this key stored in our own ourselves only, no one has. If someone do this type of stuff, we can really identify with him, and we can say this access token is invalid. But for the real person scenario, real user scenario, he say no, it's a real. I'm not doing anything like this. I'm just throwing my real access token. So our key use our from our key, it identifies the signature is real. It's not fake or not tampered. So okay, we can say that this time we are not sending JWT. We are just sending login successful. Now you see that first time you register, second time you personally log in, not automatic things are happening. Hash, password check, and all the things are happen. For the second time you comes, you are not doing anything. Your browser automatically sending access token. It is getting validate. After validate, system is checking that and saying that you are the valid person. You are automatically logging. So whenever you log in a particular website directly, remember these things is happening in the background. Your system is sending access token to that particular server. That access token is get validated by the key present in the server, and then you get this login. Okay, so then I'll come the next question. This is only valid for 15 minutes. But what after 15 minutes? Yeah, that's the interesting stuff. After, so think like think like this. So today he log in, does his work, and okay, close his browser and shut down his PC. He comes in the next day, or what way, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, after 2 or 3 days. Then also our system is going to recognize this user. How? So next time he comes here after 2 days. Okay, now he's coming after 2 days to our system. This time he's go here, and you already have the access token stored in his your local storage here, access token and refresh token. So he send access token. Okay. This access token also stores this expiry date. Here also validate the expiry date. So here comes the access token. Now this time this access token is invalid. You can say that way. Hmm. This time I need to this in green color so you not get confused. This is the first time when we do it. The second time comes this access token becomes invalid because it expires. Our server will check the expired date, and it says that this thing is expired. So after we get expired, or simply because we have sent the expired access token, our system sends a particular message to client machine, and that message contains error code. We are familiar with the error codes. There are error codes like 200 means everything is okay, 401, 409. So we just declare a error code in our front end side, our front end part of the our website, and whenever our front end see this error code, any error code, that particular error code we are provide to the access token expiry. So our front end knows that our access token is expired. It simply just sends this time what is going to send. Our access token is expired. So I'm just taking it off for this phase. The simple one, the refresh token. Okay. When we get this refresh token, as I already tell, you cannot change this, and we can check this refresh token is valid or not. We are using this. Uh, where we can say, oh sorry, we are just checking this refresh token, just like access token. We are checking this refresh token is not tampered. No one has changed the refresh token, and check this refresh token is valid or not by just simply using key, a secret key, stored in our env files. We just check this refresh token is valid or not, and if this refresh token is valid, okay, this refresh token, our system say, yeah, this refresh token is valid. So just simply one arrow comes to our system, and he just give new access token. That new access token contains the same value, but the expiry has start from now. Means here's a new access token which have expiry after 15 minutes. Okay. Then see, after getting access token due to this type, user get the access token. You understand? After user get the access token, simply again system automatically send new request. You are sending new request using access token, and that access token again verified using key. Check the signature is correct or not. If the signature is correct, you are logged in. Login success. So here is the real JWT. All you see is it is called as JWT. These things happens in the backend, and you are thinking, I need to focus. What you are missing here? We are missing one thing. Uh, that one thing that we store refresh token. So we never use it. No, we never use the refresh token. Hmm? And refresh token we never use it. Why? Because when you log out from the system, this I think for this thing also we use the refresh token for the recheck of it, or you can also do this. But how can we going to know our user after 7 days the refresh token is also going to expire? And how your system not going to keep the we can say that keep the count of every user? No, it simply stores that in the DB after 7 days. This thing is removed after 7 days. So in DB, for understand, DB, two things of a user has been stored: email, password, and refresh token. If the refresh token is stored in the DB, it means user is logged in to our system. Okay, logged in means for this 7 days, user can be logged in. When the refresh token is not there, you can simply say it is null. If the refresh token is not present there, it means user is logged out. We are simply checking user login or logged out by using that. So when user say log out, our system. This is refresh token here. Server remove. I'm writing. Remove refresh token from the DB. And yeah, and also it also sends one thing here. When it sends the logout, logout successful, logout successful. And here one thing it do, it say remove access token and refresh token. So why we need this to remove access token and refresh token? Because when you are saying you want to log out and after you just visit the our website, huh, your system do this process automatically, send access token and check it. But when you remove from the system doesn't have to send this, so you are not automatically logged. So I hope you like this video and make sure you subscribe and like my channel. In future, I'm going to drop some of these some videos like this, uh, which topic I feel very difficult in the learning process. I'm going to shoot the videos of that topics in a way that everyone can understand in a proper way, and I will focus each and every small point where I feel I not understand that proper topics very well. That's why I'm not just tell like everybody that JW access token and refresh token, but why actually access token works, why refresh token, how this signature works for this token, every other thing that why we store hash here, why refresh token is stored, refresh token store hash. There are many other things related to the one topic. And okay, this one is the last thing. I hope so. I'm also again telling you like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And bye bye.